Good evening, everyone. I am so happy to see that Council Chambers is quite full this evening with the Department of Families, Children, Youth, and Recreation. Welcome all. I'm calling to order this hybrid Committee of the Whole meeting of Thursday, March 16th, 2023 to order. Let me start by recognizing my council colleagues that are on our screen virtually. We have Councilwoman Marilyn Rossetti, who's our Assistant Majority Leader, Councilwoman Tiana Hercules, Councilman Nick LeBron, and to my left here, I have Councilman Gale. Tonight, this evening on our agenda, we have one very special item, and that is item 2.1, Mayor Bronin with a company resolution confirming the appointment of Christina Baldwin to the position of Director of Families, Children, Youth, and Recreation, also known as DFCYR. So we are going to turn the floor over to you for a brief presentation and introduction. And then once you're done, we will do a couple of recognitions. I know that your parents are here, welcome. And then we'll open it up to my council colleagues for questions. So without further ado, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Council President Rosado and the distinguished members of the Hartford City Council. My name is Christina Baldwin, and it is my great pleasure and honor to come before you on this occasion to introduce myself to you, share with you a bit about my background, career trajectory, and expertise, and to share with you my vision on how we collectively move forward the work of the Department of Families, Children, Youth, and Recreation here in our beautiful city. Some of my earliest childhood memories involve sorting through my collection of books and curling up for hours on end, getting lost in the pages. This is probably to be expected when you come from a family of educators. That still hasn't stopped to this day. As an avid lifelong reader, one of my favorite books that has helped to carry me through many of life's ups and downs is The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. In that book, when asked to speak on work, the prophet replies by stating that, quote, "Work is love made visible." This statement has never been more true for me than it is today, and it perfectly encapsulates how I have dedicated my life to doing that which I love. For over 20 years, I have dedicated my professional career to serving young people and their families, with the better part of 2 decades working for children and youth in Hartford. Armed with a background in child and developmental psychology, I joined the City of Hartford DFCYR team nearly 9 years ago. Since being at the City of Hartford, I have steadily worked my way up the ranks, first as DFCYR's grants manager, then as the manager for youth services, to the assistant director for youth services, and now to my current role as interim director. Some examples of my work include establishing the Hartford Truancy Reduction Task Force in 2017 in response to new legislation to divert truancy cases from the court system to the youth service bureaus, establishing the Unity Grants Program in 2021 to meet the post-pandemic needs of youth, having awarded more than 130 grants totaling $3.3 million in federal ARPA funding to youth-serving providers to date, led the work on our youth safety and wellness strategy, a citywide youth justice strategy to support our justice-involved youth, including establishing a care coordination initiative in partner with juvenile probation, representing Hartford on several working groups of the state's Juvenile Justice Policy Oversight Committee, leading the Hartford Youth Violence Prevention and Intervention Work Group, managing our partnerships with such organizations as Compass for their Peace Builders program, Our Piece of the Pie for the Mayor's Youth Service Corps program, and The Village for the oversight of the Hartford's Juvenile Review Board. Recently, we initiated the Wraparound Youth Support for Homelessness, or WISH, that is being built in response to a need of 2 homeless youth that reached out to us for support. These are some of the initiatives that we started under my oversight, with many more to come under my continued leadership. In addition to the professional expertise that I have built over the years, my personal life experience has given me an even deeper firsthand knowledge of the impact that this work can have on children and youth. Having suddenly lost my older brother in a horrific accident when he was just 16 and I was 14 has given me an additional layer of empathy and compassion when helping youth deal with the needless loss of their family and friends. Having selected an opportunity during my time at UConn to help develop a screening tool to identify early traits of autism in infants and toddlers has afforded me an understanding of the importance of meeting the needs of our youngest children. And having dedicated countless rigorous hours training on the track in high school to earn and hold the Connecticut Girls Class M 100-meter dash record for 22 years has allowed for me to know the incredible importance that recreation and sports plays in the development of young people, instilling in them traits that last a lifetime. Additionally, I proudly purchased my own home in the South End of Hartford 2 years ago for me and my 2 children, Mason and Taylor, both of whom are here tonight, which has also only served to further strengthen my commitment to our city and to our collective work. Looking forward, the priorities that I have outlined to the wonderful DFCYR team that's also here in the room today include expanding and strengthening the quality of experience for children, youth, and families as it pertains to recreation programming, continuing to build a robust early learning center program focusing on quality, communication, and strengthening our partnerships, and building a stronger interdepartmental structure of our 3 divisions to create a more cohesive and holistic approach to serving the entire lifespan of our residents. I would like to thank all of our partners that we work with on a daily basis, including Hector Rivera at Our Piece of the Pie, who's here, and Brother Carl Hardrick, who we all know who is also here tonight with us. And thank you all to all of our partners for the exceptional programs and services that they bring to Hartford's children, youth, and families every day. Also, none of this work could be done without the amazing team that we have at DFCYR. So many of you are here tonight as well. From our Early Learning Center staff, to our youth services, to our recreation and family services divisions, I am honored to work with and lead such a dedicated group of professionals. Of course, I must also thank my own family that has never ceased to support me in this difficult yet rewarding work. Some are here tonight and others are watching from home. I love you all. I am immensely grateful to Mayor Luke Bronin and Chief Operating Officer Thea Montanez for seeing in me my passion, dedication, and willingness to lead this work. And finally, to all of you Hartford City Council members for so thoughtfully considering this nomination of my appointment as director to continue to serve the children, youth, and families of our incredible Hartford community. Thank you.
Thank you. And I see that you have your children here. Do you want to introduce them to us and your parents?
Yes, absolutely. So my daughter, Taylor, is here. Taylor is a freshman in high school. My son, Mason, is here. He's a freshman in college, and it just so happens that he's home on his very first spring break. So this meeting was very timely and touching that both of my children could be here. So my parents are also here. So my stepfather and my mother, Don Harris, Martha Bracken Harris, and I also have my niece is here, Jamie Green, and her friend George. My sister is here, Tara Baldwin, and my brother-in-law, Bobby Gibson, is also here. And then I have family and friends at home, including my father, Fred Baldwin, and other nieces, and another sister that's also watching. So thank you for letting me introduce them.
Thank you, and welcome all here to the City Council. And I'm excited that you have moved to the South End. I live at the South End, for the record, and that was very eloquently said. Beautiful introduction. We're excited to have you here in this position within the City of Hartford. We are lucky to have you. So I am going to open it up before I have my questions to my council colleagues. Councilman LeBron, followed by Councilwoman Tiana Hercules. I do see your hand, Councilwoman. You have the floor, Councilman.
So, you know, that, since I've been sitting in this council seat, I have to say that that was the most passionate introduction I have heard, and by far. Like, I have goosebumps here, and I think it's a testament to you, your talent, your family, and your support system that surrounds you. Thank you for your continued dedication. Thank you for your service, and I'm really look forward to the future and what that looks like for the city of Hartford and the department under your leadership. I also want to state, I didn't know you were a track star, which is pretty cool.
Long time ago.
And so, which is very timely, because you're going to have to hit the ground running. With that being said, I guess the first question I have, is that Brother Carl sitting next to you?
That is Brother Carl.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. And I know some of your family members. Hello, everyone. So, Director Baldwin, the first question I have is around, where do you see the early childhood, where are we now with early childhood, and in particular with the providers, the at-home providers, and the support that we provide them, and where do you see that direction being taken in the future?
Thank you, Councilman LeBron, and thank you for your very kind words. That was a very long time ago that I was a track star, but thank you. Regarding your question around our early learning centers, so we are very excited that just recently we were awarded a grant that allows us to expand our staffed family child care network of providers. So the state changed the structure whereas before towns and cities were awarded just per town, and they changed it to a regional structure whereby they were awarding just one entity to serve an entire region. Hartford was selected to serve Region 2, and in that capacity, we are now embarking on expanding our staffed family child care network, or those at-home child care providers, from what we were currently serving at around 70 to now over 400 providers. So that's a huge change in where we are going in the early learning space. It's really a focus for us under the dynamic leadership of my Assistant Director for Early Learning, Shailene Lopez. We are really focusing on ensuring that there is equity in the services and programs and resources that our at-home child care providers are receiving. You know, as you know, we run center-based early learning centers as well. So we want to make sure that our at-home staff family child care network provider are receiving all of those same resources that they receive in the center. As you know, we're probably all aware the pandemic had a huge impact on all of our youth and all of our families. So we are seeing a lot more at-home child care services being offered. So we want to make sure that Hartford is well positioned to support that growing, expanding network. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the early childhood centers and how it pertains to the staff family child care network.
Thank you, Director. And through you, Madam President, I just have one more question.
Sure.
So we have something called a, I was just looking at it this morning, and that is called the Mayor's Cabinet on
Young
the
children.
Mayor's Cabinet for Young Children. And so I guess the question I have with the Mayor's Cabinet is number one, do you intend to have this cabinet moving forward? And number two, is there any new initiatives that you would like to take on this collaborative kind of provider community that you would like to envision them taking on in the future?
Yes, absolutely, thank you. So we definitely intend on not only just having the mayor's cabinet for young children, but also building it up to making it much more robust. It is a requirement through the state that we do have a structure like this in place. So recently, again, under the leadership of Shailene Lopez and her department, we have recently expanded the mayor's cabinet to include 6 working groups around early childhood and around early learning. So those 6 working groups focus on specific areas in the sector that we decided needed more individualized and specialized attention. So members of the mayor's cabinet and our provider network sit on those 6 working groups. That's one way that we've expanded the mayor's cabinet. We are also forming a parent cabinet as a subset of the mayor's cabinet as well, so that there are parent and community voice that are part of the parent cabinet, but as another subset or working group, we wanted to have a working group that was specific to parent and making sure that we were incorporating parent voice into all that we're doing. So that is another piece and way of how we're looking at expanding the mayor's cabinet as well. We also have some initiatives, some data-driven initiatives where we are going to be looking at data throughout the whole early learning space and really utilizing that data to help inform our work and how we move forward with our work. And that data-driven initiative also lies with and resides under the mayor's cabinet. So those are just a few of the initiatives and how we're definitely planning on expanding the work as it continues with that.
Thank you, Director. Thank you. Really excited about this also cohort group under, a lot of times from the city side, like folks don't, not sure the depth of what the city does with this group of young children and families. So thank you and appreciate all of your efforts.
Thank you so much, Councilman.
Thank you, Councilman LeBron. Councilwoman Tiana Hercules?
Thank you, Madam President. Through you, first, just congratulations, Director Baldwin, and thank you. Your compassion, commitment, and care is palpable even without me being there, and I've had the honor of seeing firsthand the work that you do throughout our city for many years, and I can't think of a more capable and brilliant leader who really is committed and cares about this population of our city. And so I know that the department is going to be in even better hands with you at the helm. So I'm so excited to have you on board in a permanent and position here. We had an opportunity to talk recently, which was great, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing with the entire council some of your immediate priorities as it relates to the department and some of the things that you really want to start working on as it relates to communications and things of that nature.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman, and thank you for your very kind words. Yes, so there are several initiatives that we are embarking on right away. We've already started since I've been in this capacity, but one of them, as we spoke about, was really making sure that we strengthen our interdepartmental structure, making sure that we are communicating how the department functions as 3 divisions, which are often looked at as separate divisions, but they actually function as one to support the entire lifelong trajectory of a young child, right? So through birth, early childhood, youth, adult, and then the whole family as that wraparound support. All 3 of the divisions play a critically important role in that, and it's my belief and my vision for the department that those connectivities are strengthened, and not only that, but that we are communicating that to our community. Because, as we spoke about, there are so many wonderful things that are happening to the department and within the department, but, if the community doesn't know, then what's the benefit, what's the true benefit of that? So to go along with that, as we spoke, really looking at coming up with a substantial marketing plan for the department so that we are accurately reflecting the services and supports that we provide to the community, making sure that our community is aware of our programming, aware of our operation, and aware of all of the things that we provide within the department that helps to benefit them. So those, and the team is well aware, we've had many meetings about this, that those are two of my very top priorities because I think that they're critically important, and I think that while we've been moving in that direction, there's a lot of opportunity and room for growth to continue to do more of that.
Thank you again, and I'm really excited to continue working with you.
Thank you so much. I'm very much looking forward to working with you and all of the council.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hercules. Councilwoman Rossetti, you have the floor.
Thank you. Director Baldwin, hi, how are you?
I'm well,
I'm in a
thank
weird
you.
light. The time change makes it that it's difficult to be here. So first, I want to know who knocked you out of that spot after 22 years. That must have been really something. I think we need a rematch. So, but seriously, huge undertaking, clearly qualified, clearly excited. I just want to, in front of your friends and family, your mom and your sister and your brother-in-law, we have some tough discussions ahead around recreation, as you know. We have a resolution before us looking at, what we do in that arena. And as I stated recently at a meeting, I don't remember where we were, but I said it clearly. This isn't about any people in particular. It isn't about, anything against you or anybody in the department. It's us looking at what is best for our residents and for our children and for recreation. So I look forward to doing that with you. But I just want you to know, and I want to say that in front of your family, that there'll be some tough discussions about that, but I'm excited because I think we're really going to have a robust discussion around it. We're going to have a lot of input, and I'm sure you're aware of the discussions as they are. So I thank you for taking us on. I thank you for staying. I know you've been an integral part of what has happened so far, and I look forward to what's ahead. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman, and I look forward to, our wonderful conversations and our hard work that we have, in front of us, working together in partnership with you and the rest of the council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Gale.
Thank you, Madam President, and good evening. And good evening to all your family and your department and friends and whatnot. It's great to see everyone here. It's great to be live with everyone here. I also want to second all the comments that have been made by my fellow council colleagues and state to you, which has been stated in many different ways tonight, the challenges that are ahead. And I see two very big challenges and perhaps a third one that I'll mention. And the first one I think you've alluded to. It's the nature of your department, and that is the condition of youth in the city of Hartford. And we know that youth in the city of Hartford are not youth that you're going to find in Simsbury or Glastonbury or other communities. Hartford's its own community, and our youth have some very special challenges that they present. We've got countless issues going on in various neighborhoods, various families with trauma that's been experienced and other life experiences that unfortunately present our youth with great challenges in trying to be successful in life. And that's your challenge, and it sounds like you're up for the job. So we're certainly looking forward to that, and know that, council's here. Council's here to back you, to support you, to provide, if you find that there are initiatives that we can be helpful in pushing forward. Doors always open for any of us. I'm sure I speak for everyone in that regard. The second challenge is that the current mayor is a mayor who has put a tremendous emphasis on youth services. I think more so than any mayor before him in my recent memory, certainly. But he's leaving. So your second challenge is going to be to keep up that influence, that emphasis that he has placed on it as you ride into another mayoral term. And the third, maybe a third challenge, I could be wrong about this, but based on where I think you live, and I don't know if you know this, but I believe that you are living in the former home of another individual of Hartford note who cared deeply about children in Hartford. And I know this mostly because I'm related to him, a fellow named Johnny Duke. And I believe you are living in Johnny Duke's former home. And
Wow.
I'm sure there are some people in this community that know that, some people in the audience that know that name. I know it's getting a little stale now, but we'll talk later offline about this some more. So anyway, there's your challenges for you.
Yes, thank you, yes. And, you know, the team and I are definitely committed to and up to, you know, facing those challenges. This is what we do. This is our area of expertise. This is what we have been dedicated to doing, and that won't stop, right? Because our children and youth deserve nothing less than our best. So we know that we have a lot of challenges. We know that things are often difficult and hard, but Hartford is wonderful, and we firmly believe in that. And so we are here to best serve our constituents with everything that we have. So looking forward to it. I know I'm looking forward to it, and the amazing team behind me does it every day. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Councilman. And so, you know, when I walked in that door, I was stunned to see so many people here supporting you, and that says a lot when you have your family, community members like Brother Carl, your team. So I can't think of a better person to take this department to another level, to champion it, to be a voice for the children. They are our future. So just want to echo all the comments that my council colleagues said, and especially what Councilman LeBron said. And I think this is the first time on council that I used the word, I forgot the word right now. So equitably,
Thank you.
forgot how to pronounce it, but you know, it gives me great satisfaction. I remember when Mayor called me to put your name forward and how highly he spoke about you. So we're here to help you, support you in whatever way we can. You know, our doors are open. Feel free to call at any time. And with that said, I will entertain a motion.
Move to send this back to council with a favorable recommendation.
Second.
A motion has been made and properly second. All those in favor of sending the appointment of Christina Baldwin with a favorable recommendation back to council, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Congratulations. And
Thank you so very much.
This meeting is adjourned.